I gotta admit, this was a very interesting surprise. Double episode in 1 week. Even though it felt mostly filler, I liked it. This is Solomon House giving a review of Naruto Shippuden episodes 346 and 347. And here goes. It starts off after Obito went on his blood rampage. Everything is soaking wet with blood. People are dead. Kakashi's the only one left alive. And he is in hell. Obito is literally in hell. And this is just, wow. Just that blood and carnage. Continuing forward, so he goes to Rin, stepping over Kakashi, like, not only stepping over him, because of his new Kamui face eye with the Mangekyo, so he's facing him. He tries to touch Rin, but at first he couldn't, because he just got his new power, so he can't properly control it completely. But you can get where I'm coming from. Like he tries to figure out, and he also thinks of what Madara said to him. In the reality, he is full of cruel. Talk won't lead to peace and whatever. Like everything that Madara said, that there's light, there's always shadow. There's a darkness, and this is straight out of the original manga. Chapter 607. If you don't believe me, go online and find out. Trust me. If you read my manga links, you can find it through there. And this has been one interesting chapter after another, and I got to admit, I like this for that. I mean, after Obito picks up Rin, say we will meet, and he goes back to Madara, saying they help me create this dream world, and they talk. You also get Madara explaining things. You also get Madara asking anyone saw you, and Zetsu saying, hey, everyone who saw Obito is dead except for Kakashi. He didn't see a thing, and he left him alive. And Madara was asking, did you left him alive because you felt pity for your comrade? Like, no, I don't care whether he lives or dies in this world. So I will create a new world with him and Rin together. And then you get Madara. He explains the Tsukuyomi Jutsu about his paths, that everything is a balance, like light and shadow. That the Jubi, apparently Obito knows about the Jubi. He thinks it's related to the Uchiha tablet. And apparently he explains that means what the Jubi is, a combination of the nine-tailed beast and the Mazo's the husk, the shell of the Jubi. He the 10 tails, and the 6 path divided the chakra into 9 pieces. And also he explains that the secret of how to create the Genjutsu. In the Genjutsu, by using the Gedo Mazo's power, he can create he wants this world. Like he made himself young. He even told him how he got the Rinnegan. After he was stabbed by Hashirama, he planted the cells inside of him and gained the Rinnegan on the moment of when he was dying of old age and getting older and older. And he explains that, and he also explains how to use the green world. And he can use he can bounce the energy by using the Jubi and using the moon's surface as what you call a piece. That's what you call a reflective lens to bounce the Genjutsu off and to make it even stronger than it was. So, and this will reflect it off the moon surface and affect the whole world. Everything will be complete. This is a very big move that I've never. Big move. Like after that, he explains you see him as Spiral Zetsu. He's gonna go talk to Nakato because he tells her that he towards of the Senju bloodline. He's a Uzumaki of the Uzumaki clan, but that's why he's able to. Because of that, he's able to use the Rinnegan and also managed to. He also managed to able to use the Gedo Mazo statue wherever he wants. Like that allows him to use the Gedo Mazo to its full power. And that is a very big move right now, because of that allows him, and after that, Madara plants his will onto Zetsu, making the Black Zetsu. Because he explains the Black and White Zetsu as well. They're really biologically engineered close-up of him and Hashirama. The White Zetsu's Hashirama, the Black Zetsu's Madara, an extension of their will, basically, but more modified. This is a very OD chapter, and I just love this for that. Because this is all straight out of the original manga, and after Madara has Black Zetsu, he takes off, he shows them the rods that they're cursed chains, extension of his will, and also that although he detests himself in the Gedomatsu and he starts dying, and he does something. He tells Obito that go now and this straightforward, you are Uchiha Madara, and right now this is just OD. Now he's talking to Nagato, Konan, and Yahiko, who are the Akatsuki. The original Akatsuki, where Madara joined in and screwed everything up. This is a very unique chapter, and I just love this fact. Continuing forward, I just love this because it shows that Yahiko, he's versely distant of Obito at first. He doesn't believe that he's Madara. He thinks he's a criminal or a fool. But then Obito, pretending to be Madara, starts talking about the Rinnegan and about Nagato's eyes, that he's the reincarnated sage of Sixth Path, that his power leads to peace. Nagato tries to listen, but Yahiko, he doesn't want them to be influenced by them. He doesn't want them to be influenced. This is a very epic chapter because it shows this chapter, but it's like half the chapter. I've seen the original chapter. It's like half of it, but this is also part filler because they're extending it longer, a lot longer than what you see in the manga. Because that's why I love these characters. They've been making hard episodes that are also half canon, but also part extension. So it's like mixed. Then you get the rest of the episode after that. After Konan, Yahiko, and Nagato leave, they leave. But Madara gives them a warning. He gives Nagato a warning, saying, eventually you'll realize what I'm saying is true. That's just the first episode. But the rest of the episode is just filler. They're the Akatsuki. It shows like the Akatsuki, they're like peacekeepers. They're like enforcers. Like they became Konan, Yahiko, and Nagato. They grew up to become enforcers to preserve the peace and stability of their own land. They became shinobi for that, especially Nagato because of his Rinnegan eyes. He wanted to be a person who brings peace to his home, native, and country by any means necessary. But this is just a big move right now because of what he's doing. Because what Toby's doing. Because of what Obito's doing. He's watching them to see if they screw up to take his advantage. And this episode has just been about Yahiko, Nagato, and Konan trying to they made peace. They have new members they're getting influence from what you call Hanzo of the Salamander. These are going to go their way. People are starting to know who they are and what they want. And that's just the first episode. It ends with the rumors being hearing that people are trying to understand what they are. That's the first episode, and it's also part filler. The next one is also filler as well, but it just gives you a little more insight. Episode 347. After things are heating up right now, because the ways of the warrior is heating onward, because things are getting difficult and a lot worse off than they were. Now that the Akatsuki has new members, they're getting more reputation. They go out, and also there's a thing about a whole love letter thing. I didn't mention this. This is about love letter, but that's just filler. I don't care about love letter, but things are getting heating up. The Akatsuki has more members, but people are starting to notice what they are. There's been recent attacks from shinobi of the hidden stones, but things are getting more heated up. Things are getting worse and worse. More warfare is coming, and Yahiko, he tries to stop the warfare by any means necessary. He tries to stop it. He tries to find out what's wrong with the hidden stone, even though the stone and hidden leaf. I wonder, why the hidden stone attacking now? They go to investigate for the village and to find out why. But they are jumped by a hidden stone shinobi. Things are getting bad because Nagato wanted them to talk, but they just keep on attacking for no reason. But then Yahiko, he kills someone by accident, and then Konan gets injured a little bit in battle by trying to protect him. Then Nagato goes on a rampage. He summons the Gedomazo and starts killing everybody. He goes on a blind rage and just destroys everything with the Gedo statue. But this is just an OD chapter. It just shows his rampage and he lacking control. That's the power of the Rinnegan, for sure. It is unrivaled in the world of Naruto. The strongest eye, literally the strongest eye. And that's just one part. And after that whole stuff, you get to find out that the person behind this Danzo. Oh, the Ninja of Darkness. I'm like, why is he here? I'm like, why? I mean, we heard from Nagato in the past that it was Danzo who made a deal with Hanzo to usurp the seat of Hokage so that Hanzo could keep his throne as the hidden leader of the Hidden Rain. But this is all a attempt. Like, this is just an OD attempt. And this is just Danzo being manipulative and things, and he just having his soldiers pretend to be, some of his soldiers pretend to be the thing, the hidden stone, and then the corpses are all the same. But this is just an OD chapter because it shows that it gives you more insight. But I wish we got some of this sooner in the manga. But why that? But that's just me. Hey, but then you get this. I just love this chapter for this because you get more insight. Meanwhile, after that you get Nagato, Konan, and Yahiko. They're all recovering from the battle. Yahiko is a little bit injured. Konan is trying to help, and so he's afraid of his own power. You also get a little bit of insight. I didn't mention this. You also get a little insight of Kakashi and Jiraiya. It's been a long time since you see anything new of Jiraiya after he died. But I just love this for that because they brought back Jiraiya, and everybody know how big he was. He's a pervert, and they showed that pervert in his Himring magazine. You get Kakashi, young Kakashi, asking questions about his three students. And Jiraiya explains he has flashbacks. It like brings back nostalgia. And the reason why Kakashi brought this up because you heard the rumors and things that they're doing well in the Hidden Rain. They're bringing peace. And Jiraiya's a little bit happy, but he's also worried. I mean, I think about it, they are his students. He left it behind. I think it would have been a better idea, even though they were his students, he should have just brought them to the Hidden Leaf. Maybe they wouldn't have grown up so crappy. And they haven't sucked so badly. But that's all because of Hanzo and Obito. Meanwhile, everything, after that, Konan, he's trying to calm Nagato down, to not be afraid of his power. Things are getting easier, but they're also getting worried. They are getting worried right now. Because Yahiko and not Konan, they're worried that Naruto could use that power too much. After all, he felt that power before when he was a child. I mean, Yahiko felt it when he was about to be killed by Shinobi of the Hidden Rain during the Great War, and Naruto saved him, but it was a big risk. It was a giant risk. It was a giant risk because he felt scared, and he thinks that power will kill Naruto one day. But that's his worry. Things are getting out of hand, and he doesn't want Naruto to use power again, but that's just his concern as the leader. Continuing forward right now, things are getting interesting because Obito, and Zetsu, they are paying attention. They are watching behind the scenes of all the carnage. They watch Danzo and what he's doing. They watch Yahiko and Naruto and everybody. Things are getting behind hand. They're all getting in the middle of something big. And then you get later to the ending part where Yahiko, he's injured, but he still wants to go off, and then he goes off after talking to Konan. Everybody in the Akatsuki supports Yahiko because he is the leader of the Akatsuki. He helped made the Akatsuki. He named it. That's what he is. He's the leader. Everybody believes in, including Naruto and Konan. They were by his side. Things are getting edgy. Later, you get Danzo exposing corpses to the Hanzo, that they are corpses of his class slaughtered by the Akatsuki, and this Danzo just manipulating him, making a deal with him to get rid of the Akatsuki because they were thorn in his side, because he believes because he's just a sneaky bastard. That is just how sneaky Danzo. And you later get Obito in the Madara voice. In the first episode, after gets covered by Spike Zetsu, the voices switch. That was an impersonation. That was all an impersonation. So what you saw was just an impersonation voice. That's not Madara's real voice. Is it because of the Spike Zetsu, or something else, or he's just learned to imitate his voice? Anyway, that's all I know, and that's how the end. He vowed that this world will be under his control because of the infinite Tsukuyomi. Alright, thank you. This is all I'll give you a little to do on Shippuden episode 334, 336, 337. Hope you enjoyed. Comment, rate, subscribe. Signing off.